We were pregnant and had our little boy. He was our miracle child. And our son was diagnosed with cancer at 2.5. And we just realized how quickly a child could be taken from you, and the devastation of it and the numbness of it was just staggering.
We found out when he was 20 weeks in gestation that he was going to have hydrocephalus, but we did not know about his brain malformation at the time. We found that out when he was about 20 months old. It was devastating at first because there's very few kids in the world with this condition, but with a little here, a little there, we found the comforts and that make it a little easier.
The Ronald McDonald House of Chapel Hill was really founded on one principle, that the house could provide families with comfort and support so that they could focus on their child's healing.
The Ronald McDonald House just provided us a place to be greeted with a smile, a hug, a comforting hug, and just a place to get away from the hospital for a moment and breathe.
It's a great thing. It would be very difficult for some of the families here to have a child hospitalized for a long period without something like this.
We've served over 32,000 families from across North Carolina in the last 25 years.
This house has provided so much love and care for those kids that it's an inspiration to everyone.
We take care of children from all across the state. So we have children come 3.5, 4 hours away, and there's no way they can go back and forth, and there's no way that they can afford to stay in a hotel for that length of time.
It just gives us some stability. Anyone who's in a situation like ours, they're away from home, their whole lives are uprooted.
And then we have 2 other children also, and so I have an infant who won't eat from a bottle. She has to be with me, so I don't have the choice to stay in the hospital. So she has to be here with me when my husband can't be here. He couldn't take 6 months off of work. So I had to be here with Jeremiah and my 3-year-old, and so I don't know what we would have done without it. It would have been just expensive. We wouldn't have been able to afford to stay up here and to be with Jeremiah. To think that Jeremiah would just be here by himself and no one to talk to him in the room or play or, really stay on top of things, that would be incredibly stressful. I would have lost my mind.
Having a critically ill child can be devastating financially and emotionally for a family. The Ronald McDonald House provides important support and care that families need in this particularly difficult time.
We feel like the partnership between the house and the hospital is really indicative of the fact that we focus on the entire family. There's the medical professionals focus on the healing of the child, the treatment plan, the medical procedures, and we like to think that we focus on the entire family so that we enable mom and dad to then focus on their child. They don't have to worry about the day-to-day worries, where they're going to do their laundry or where they're going to get the next meal.
Having a family know that they have a place that they can stay, that's warm, that's inviting, that's comfortable, that's safe, that will offer them food, and also a support network. I can't imagine anything that would improve care more than that.
The other thing that happens here at the house is that families really bond with one another. They become friends with these other folks because they're all going through similar things, and that becomes such an incredible part of the support that the house offers.
It was literally like going to a psychiatrist to share with those other families. And the camaraderie that was formed with those families while we were here was amazing.
It's helpful, especially not always saying, well, this is my story. I'm asking about other people. Like I know to ask about other people in that social setting. It helps them too. I want to help them too.
These families come from all 100 counties in North Carolina and beyond for the exceptional care that they receive at the North Carolina Children's Hospital. And the Ronald McDonald House is able to give them a home away from home.
This area has grown so much. I mean, you could just look at the hospital and see how it changed. Our patients alone, we were almost seeing 4 times the number of kids with cancer that we did previously when I first moved here. So you can imagine the need of the house goes up as our patient population grows.
We serve about 2,000 families every year. Unfortunately, we're turning away another 700 because we don't have space available.
Yeah, we've met people along the way that didn't have the opportunity to stay here as many times as they needed to because there were no rooms available.
Our goal is to be able to serve every family that needs us. Right now, there's nothing more heartbreaking to us than having a family call and say, you know, we really need a place to stay, and then our response is, I'm sorry, we don't have space. So our goal as we look forward to the next 25 years is we want to be able to help everyone who needs us.